Hello and welcome to this video where we will take a look at what you can find on the New York State Education Department Computer Science and Digital Fluency Learning Standards. On this page, you're going to see the things that you need to know about the standards as well as the standards themselves. If you'd like to bookmark this page, click on the star within your Omnibox at the top of the page, and you can keep it on the bookmarks bar or you can put it in a folder. You'll see that I have mine bookmarked right here on my bookmarks bar. On this page, you're going to see the 5 concept areas that are included within the Computer Science and Digital Fluency Learning Standards. As you go through this course, we will be covering the topics that fit within each of these 5 strands. Below the image, you're going to see that you're going to have access to a PDF of the Computer Science and Digital Fluency Standards. You're going to have access to a glossary of terms so that we can have common vocabulary and definitions around these standards. And there is even an Excel version of the standards with examples that will help you to see how you can align these standards with your curriculum. Below that section, you're going to see a Learning Standards by Grade Band section. In here, you're going to be able to focus on the grades that you teach. I would also recommend that you look at the standards below or above your grade band so that you can take a look and see what students should know when they come to you and what they're going to need to know before they leave you. Below the grade bands, you're going to see standards examples. This was put together by the authoring committee as ways that you can integrate these standards into your curriculum. These are not the required ways that you need to cover the standards, but they're suggestions or ways that you can understand what the standard is actually asking. So it's a great document for you to kind of look at as you're looking at how you're going to roll these standards into your classes. Below the standards example document, you're going to see the at a glance standards document. This is going to give you a shorter preview of just your grade band with the information that you need to know about the standards and the clarifying statements. Below that area, you're going to see an education resources area. This is going to give you a lot of information as far as curriculum mapping. It'll give you some examples of ways that you can integrate the standards. You're going to be able to see how certain districts have already taken on these standards and what they've done over the past couple of years. So it's a great place for you to take a peek and see what other districts are doing, and it's going to give you an idea as what these standards could look like in action. Going back up to the top of the page, we're going to take a look at your left navigation bar. Over on the left, the first one at the top will bring you back to this home page. And then below those, you're going to see the implementation timeline and roadmap. This is going to showcase that these standards should be fully aligned in our classrooms as of September of 2024. There is even some roadmap documents to help you out as you're rolling out these standards. Below the implementation timeline and roadmap, you're going to see the standards development process. This is going to explain to you how these standards were created and give you some information on who was on the authoring committee. And when this authoring committee met in Albany to put together these standards, you'll be able to see that there were educators at every grade level and in every subject area that were able to be a part of these standards and how they were built. Under the FAQ section, you're going to be able to see some of the typical questions that are given as far as understanding how these standards can be rolled out and what they should look like. So you're going to find some really good information on that page. Below the FAQs, you're going to see the computer science statement or of continued eligibility, or SOCI for short. This is now currently open for anyone that has currently or has in the past taught a computer science course to be able to get a continued eligibility grandfather waiver that's going to help them to be able to continue to teach that class. All the information you need for this is located on that page. Hitting the back arrow here, going below the SOCI, you're going to see the Smart Start artifacts. That's what I was explaining earlier as far as a place where you can find information, get some different artifacts, and the way the program is outlined for different areas around the state and how they've been using these standards. So this is a really big website that's going to have a lot of information for you. You're going to want to take some time and dive in here, especially if this is your first time taking a look at these standards. I highly recommend that you spend some time on this page and look at them. If you're comfortable and ready to move on, then go on over to the next part of this course.